What is up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellania. It is week 2 of Mary Morales going on right now. If you want more information about Mary Morales, the event we're doing, please check out links in the description or keep watching the video. Today I am coming at you with a post review of a Morales that I actually did at the beginning of this year, but I saved the post review so I could do it for this event. Just seemed fitting, right? The diamond painting that you are going to see is Down the Rabbit Hole by Margaret Morales. It is a 55.8 by 75.9 centimeters in square. As you can see, I kitted it up in like December. I finished it at the end of January, the beginning of this year, but I did some fun, like minor changes in here, which I'll show you in just a moment. I did save my trash. Yes, for a full year, I have saved this trash. As you can see, there's really not much to it. Just your usual trash from Diamond Art Club. Nothing serious. Are you ready to take a look at it? Because I'm ready to show her. And if you are working on Down the Rabbit Hole yourself, you are honestly in for a treat. This was one of my favorite things to diamond paint for a lot of different reasons, but look at her. I want to get you a little bit closer, get you a closer look, and then we're going to move up to the tabletop so I can get into some details on this beautiful piece by Margaret. So, guys, it's time. Step aboard House of Miscellania Airlines. Let's get you in the air and take a look at Down the Rabbit Hole. Welcome back. How was your flight? All right, so pay attention in this video, guys, because I am going to be giving you your comment for the week, your keyword that you're going to need to post down in the comments in order to qualify for prizes. Are you excited? I am too. Let me get into this diamond painting. First, I want to tell you about the diamond painting itself, and then I want to tell you some fun little tidbits about Alice in Wonderland that you might find interesting. So this diamond painting from Diamond Art Club, as always, you guys, Diamond Art Club does a fabulous render of, well, basically everything, but Margaret's pieces especially. I want to draw your attention especially to the background. You see that there is a lot of just texture in all of the colors that they're using back there. I love that about this one. They really keep the softness of the look of a watercolor. They do a very good job of it. Her face is so cute, you guys. And then I love the addition of the metallic stars in the piece that you see. Now, the other specials that were in here, there were 1AB. So 1AB? 1AB. There's some yellow that you find throughout, like there's some streaks through her hair. Those are very cute with the yellow. Was there anything else for those particular specials? I didn't really add much to this one because I didn't think that it was necessary. The metallic went throughout all of these stars that you see. They're kind of all throughout the painting, and a lot of Margaret's original pieces that she does embellishments. If you go buy prints from her website at margaretmorales.com, you can buy an embellished print when they're available, and she puts gold stars and things like that on them. And so Diamond Art Club takes those embellished pieces that she does and then copies that in their work. Love it. The other place that I loved where they used the metallics were in the gold watch that the White Rabbit has. Absolutely love that. They had a light blue fairy dust, which you can see are in her shoes here, along with, there's some white next to it. It's a white fairy dust, kind of hard to tell when you're not in person, but everywhere that you see the stark white, that is a fairy dust. And then the light blue you can also find up in her bow here. And that's kind of it. There's also a very light pink fairy dust. It's almost like a light pink lavender in her stockings here. That is a really gorgeous fairy dust. And then there is a very light yellow fairy dust that is put throughout in her hair. And so it really brings a lot of texture and depth. Now, I did add inside of the cards here for the like representatives of the numbers, I did use a red fairy dust in the reds and a black fairy dust in the black. I just want to add a little something to it, nothing major. This one I used a different kind of fairy dust. It actually has some gold glitter inside. Seemed fitting with this particular piece. And then down at the bottom, again, I used fairy dust in the cards. But other than that, I didn't feel like there were a lot of necessary changes in this. I didn't really have any negatives that I can speak of, honestly. Really just all positives, but it's really hard to be angry at a Morales piece, to be fair. Now, let me tell you some fun facts about Alice in Wonderland. Alice was actually inspired by a real girl. Lewis Carroll based Alice on Alice Liddell, the daughter of one of his friends. They were on a boating trip, and he made up fantastical stories just for Alice, and those stories eventually became the book. So just like, you know, Lewis Carroll was imagining a world for Alice, Margaret reimagines her like descent into her own ethereal watercolor style. I absolutely love that. It is one of the first true like nonsense stories. So instead of teaching a moral lesson like most children's books at the time, Alice was meant to be playful and weird and surreal, just like a fever dream or like just something crazy, which I love. Now, while we're on the topic of stories, I'm going to tell you your comment for the week now, hidden here somewhere in the middle, and what I'd like you to put down in the comments. I want to know, what is your favorite fairy tale? But I need you to use the word fairy tale in a sentence throughout your comment. So you could say something like, I love the story of Beauty and the Beast. It's my favorite fairy tale because. Try not to make it super obvious, kind of bury it in there a little bit. And fairy tale is one word. So YTALE, fairy tale. Or if you put it into 2 words, it might mess with our being able to search, but we'll figure it out. If we find the word fairy, I'm sure we'll find you. But fairy tale. Tell me what your favorite fairy tale is down in the comments, and make sure you use the word fairy tale. Hide it in your sentences or your paragraph a little bit. Tell me why also it's your favorite fairy tale. Give me a little more information. So tell me your favorite fairy tale. Tell me why it's your favorite fairy tale. Nothing in Wonderland is random. It's all satire. So Lewis Carroll snuck in jokes about math, logic, politics, and Victorian etiquette. So even the Mad Hatter's Tea Party is a parody of polite society. So, there's a lot of really small details that you can find in Lewis Carroll's story, and I feel like there's a lot of really small details in here that she grabs about the story. Like, of course, we know that the Red Queen, the Queen of Hearts, is her main villain enemy. She paints the roses red. I love that there's roses in it. The bottle, I believe in the image you can see that it says drink me, it says drink me on the bottle's little label here. Obviously that's hard to do in diamond painting form, but she gets so many really wonderful details in this diamond painting, like the white rabbit's pocket watch, the fact that it's wearing a little bow. She's got this little teacup that's like spilling the tea as she's falling down the rabbit hole. I just love it. Now, the rabbit hole symbol changed culture forever. Before Alice, down the rabbit hole wasn't a phrase. Now it means entering something strange, consuming, or transformative. Like, it's amazing to me how language changes over time, that a simple phrase like down the rabbit hole can become an expression instead of just something nonsensical in a child's nonsense stories. The caterpillar. The caterpillar was one of my favorite characters in the Disney movie because I always felt like he was so moody all the time, but in the story it was a symbol of adolescence. Scholars often say that the caterpillar represented that confusing, like, who am I stage. He's asking, who are you? And that makes good sense to me, I think. The Queen of Hearts was partly inspired by real power figures. So she was supposed to represent impulsive and emotional authority. Not like we can't, relate to that currently, but she was fast to rage, really fast to command, and dramatically. She was iconic with her off with her head energy. And I feel like, yeah, he nailed it. Alice in Wonderland has more adaptations than almost any book. There's over 40 films, hundreds of illustrated editions, multiple ballets, operas, theme park rides. I mean, and now diamond paintings, right? Art of all kinds. And now we've got it in diamond painting form. And in fact, this is not the only representation of Alice in diamond painting either. So pretty interesting stuff. Did you know that Lewis Carroll was obsessed with puzzles? He created logic puzzles, math treatises, and invented early forms of word games, which I thought was a really cool little tidbit. Alice's adventures in Wonderland, they were written in just 2 years. He expanded on his original boating trip story into a full novel really quickly, actually. And then, again, artists adore Wonderland. From Salvador Dali to Tim Burton to Margaret Morales, Wonderland attracts artists who love surreal, fluid, and dreamy imagery. It's a world built for imagination, and I think that diamond painting is just a really wonderful medium to bring that to life. Really fun stuff. That all being said, you guys, tell me, what do you think? Is she not gorgeous? I love all of the little hidden bits in here. I love the finished product. I can't wait to get her up on a wall because I love this. And I've mentioned before that my oldest, she has played Alice in a lot of different ways, plays and things like that. And so this always, makes me think of her. So anyways, all right, you guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you for joining me for the week 2 video. Don't forget to go check out the description box for the list of sponsors and discount codes. Please go hit that like button while you're down there. Subscribe if you like subscribing to diamond painting content. And if you're not already joining us on the event, get your Margaret Morales painting out and get to work. Come join us. There's also links to the Facebook group down in the description as well. All right, you guys, I will take out of here. I will take off and get out of here so you can get about your day. As ever, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, wide, wonderful, weird world space that we live in, I hope that wherever it is down the rabbit hole where you are, that you are having a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you're down a rabbit hole. All right, see you next time. Bye.